There we go, looking good. I do have some lettuce that I think I might go ahead and put in there that they're just ready to be put somewhere. They're kind of suffering. I bought them at the store to plant them in the GreenStalk. I do have this broccoli as well that I was going to put in the bed, but as you can see, it already has the little cabbage worms on them. So I sprayed some BT last night, and then like a weirdo, I sprayed it with water because I don't know why. Who knows why we do these things. I also have some starts of, this is a cauliflower that I just kind of wanted one of them. I do have some seeds for it too. It looks like they've already gotten to the bottom of the leaves on this one too. They look like these little, you'll see a little white butterfly floating around, and then you'll see these little green specks. And that's when you probably need to put some BT or something on there. You can knock them off with your finger, but there's only so much you can do. And then my daughter's leaks that she had. I'll give you a top to bottom view. There's this little drain tube, and then all the way up there. And I'm about 5'6", and it comes to my chin, so probably 5 foot maybe is how tall it is with the wheels on the bottom. Excuse the mess in the background. I think there are no gardens that are perfectly clean. Well, sometimes I get a wild hair, so I went ahead and planted these poor little fellers. This one is Buttercrunch Lettuce. It's just looking very puny, so hopefully it being in the soil, it'll be a lot better. And then we have red oak leaf lettuce. So hopefully maybe I can harvest a few of these bigger leaves, and then they'll perk up hopefully. So the wild hair that I have is I'm going to take maybe 1 or 2 of my little friends here and plant them in there and see, just kind of as an experiment, how they do. So I might do it with this, I'm not sure how to say it, sanguine emoir, that has the little spots on them. I think they're so cute. And maybe even put in a bok choy or something. We'll see. One of these tiny bok choys, and see how they do. All right, you'll probably just see my stomach area here for this because I wanted to show you how awesome these Burpee little silicone seed starter trays were. Watch this. Look how easy that is just to pull it out. There's still a little bit of soil on the bottom, but I mean, come on guys, that's awesome. Will make life so much easier. So I'm just gonna set him up here so I can do another one. I was gonna do a tiny bok choy. So I'll just go from the back here like I did that other, well, let's see here actually. I think there was one that I had just one growing in there. We'll do that. Look how perfect it came out. Cute little buddy. Okay, baby bok choy, maybe put you down here. And then let's go ahead and do a scarlet kale. We'll do this one also because there's only just like one in there. Look at that. Look at that. So awesome. I'm really excited that those worked as well as they did. So I'm gonna go ahead and I put that little emeloir, the spotted lettuce, up here, and then I put the little tiny bok choy down here, and then the little scarlet kale up here. And so that may help me remember where they are. So my lettuces and stuff like that. More for my benefit maybe than your guys's, but look how cute they look in there. We'll see how well they do. Since I didn't really harden them off very long. Just, you know, so they're not used to the heat right now. But I'm gonna go ahead and fill up the reservoir and wait until the water starts flowing out the bottom. I also wanted to say that I did look over these little leaves to make sure that none of those cabbage worms were on there. But that's kind of why I'm not putting any of those other brassicas like the broccoli or the cauliflower that I got, because they do have those pests on there, and I don't want to get this started off on the wrong foot. So here starts the water. I'm going to turn this off. I'll come back up when we start getting some action down on this little tube here. All right, it's starting to relieve itself, and it got about 3/4 of the way, I'd say, before it started to do that. And you can kind of see it coming out there. It's very interesting. I don't really see any dripping, but you can hear it running down. Well, after we got all the things in that we thought, oh, it's starting to drip down now. I can see it and hear it. Can you see that in there? So I did ask the questions that, you know, how often should you water it? And they say just to kind of check it, and it kind of depends on your area and how dry it is at that time. And so probably, I think every day or every other day you water it. But I mean, it'd be so easy for people who are, you know, busy, or if, you know, I really think that somebody that's like elderly, you know, have somebody help them put it together, but they could just like lean up there and water it, and they would be able to have a, you know, a compact garden at their reach. The other one is I have a pretty good sized yard. You can kind of see it back there with all my other garden stuff, but there's so much that I want to plant, so many seeds that I want to try, that I'm just like, well, I would like to have one of those. It's really small and compact, so it doesn't take off, you know, as they say, it doesn't make a huge footprint in my yard. So I think that it'll work pretty well. But yeah, I think that's all for now. And as they say happy gardening, so I say happy GreenStalk gardening, and I'll see you next time. So I moved it to a more level area, and I will tell you a pro tip: before you move it, make sure that the little locks are disengaged, and then engage them again in case, so you don't have a roll away little GreenStalk. The poor little plants would go for a joyride. So. All right, it is a little more than a week ago that I planted or started this GreenStalk, and in the meantime I planted these red oak leaf lettuce that were already started, as well as this Buttercrunch lettuce. They're looking a little droopy, so I need to harvest them. I've been kind of waiting to see what happens for a minute, because I want them to be established or get established in there. And my daughter and I came in here yesterday and planted some seeds of just various things. I did put this little baby bok choy, and it doesn't look like he's gonna make it. It's feeling a little dry, which is interesting, but I'm hoping that these other little things, some basil, they're very perky. And it may be partially because I don't have them in full sun all day. I did move them a little closer to the edge here because I thought, you know, it'd be okay. And I'm waiting it out because we're supposed to get some big rains here in the next couple of days, and I don't want there to be any problems. So, pretty good stuff going on there. Update on the little lemon tree, Audrey's little Meyer lemon tree. We've got quite a few lemons growing. They're looking so good. All right, I was gonna take you over here and show you some more things that we planted. I'm trying out some saffron bulbs. They're gonna be right here in the front. I did plant some seeds of cauliflower, and they're just not working out right now. So I'll have to see if I need to try to plant some more seeds or something, because it's been a good week that they've been sitting in there. Audrey put in some leek starts and then also planted loads of seeds to get those going. She's obsessed with leeks. So I do have some saffron in there as well. All right, and then over here in the pepper patch, I started, I put these little starts that I did inside the house of Brussels sprouts, the red rhubarb, and then looks like my cabbage kind of fell over, but I have some cabbages in there as well. They may be too small, but I'm trying to test them out and hope for the best. I do have a couple of them that I saved back that are still in the little starting trays, so hopefully these will do their thing, and then I won't need to have my backups. So I just really wanted to get them out here before it got too late. All right, and here's an update on the okra. They're doing just fine, still producing. I got quite a few of them that I need to harvest. I'll probably be drying most of them, so this way, you know, I'll have more to craft. It'll just be more to craft. Another update on the loofah. There'll probably be a video on here before this one about the one that I harvested early, because I got a little nervous that the humidity was gonna rot them. So I went ahead and harvested one, and you'll be able to see what it looks like inside and what happened a few days after it had been sitting outside to dry and everything. Oh, I was trying to get that bee for you guys, but get a closer look at the bee, but he flew off. Maybe I can get this one if it's maybe the same one. Look how pretty he is. Oh, there's two of them there. Okay, I'm gonna scoot away because they're getting a little close to my head. A little close for comfort. Not that they'll do anything, but you never know. Got some little, well, they're not really little, but the baby Bubba okras are doing their thing. Starting to show off a little bit. A few eggplant blooms. Oh, there's the little bee guy again. Hi, Mr. Bee. So I have this, we harvested carrots from this about a month ago probably, and I keep putting water in it so that way, you know, it'll keep it moving. And I'm gonna put a little sand in there and probably some fresher soil and start some more carrots to go. There's a little fig that fell, this fig tree. I'm hoping I can get some figs harvested off of that. They don't seem to be getting any riper. I'm not sure what I'm doing wrong or what I'm not doing. We'll see. But maybe sometime soon. Maybe it's just not, maybe the second year of having it isn't the time to have any figs. I don't know. Guess we'll find out. Then sweet potatoes. I guess it's kind of turning into a tour of the garden. Oh no, a little bit. Sweet potatoes are still staying pretty green. I mean, they're a little yellow. There's a little yellowing of the leaves here, so I might end up pulling this one just to see what they look like in there. If I do, I'll do a video so you guys can see what happens with them. I moved them over here because I did have that big crate. I'm gonna dispose of it soon, but I wanted to get it out of there. It kind of looked a little bit yucky, so I just moved my little sweet potatoes over here in the grow bags. And this is also the first year for me for pretty much everything, but the sweet potatoes for sure, and the first year to use grow bags. I've never used them before, but so far, you know, so good. I mean, I haven't harvested anything from it, so we'll see. And then this is the zucchini that I had up against the house. I moved it over here because the blossoms weren't producing any zucchini that I could tell. They were opening up and looking nice, and then just kind of doing this and fizzling out. So I don't know if if they're male only or female only. I'm not sure how to tell. Do you guys know how to tell what that is? But which one is which? But I brought it over here because I thought the bees from the loofah maybe would attract them over here, and they would pollinate it and do their good work on it. And then this is the herb bed that I have, where I planted the oregano and thyme oregano, sage, and rosemary from seed, and they are just doing amazing. These were the ones that they got hit by the frost because I was doing my little test run with these guys over here in this, and I mean, they bounced back really quickly. And then I put this Pesto Perpetua in here in place of some purple Petra basil that I had planted from seed, but it did not survive the frost. But this stuff is just, I think I posted a picture of it before I pruned it to harvest some of it on Instagram, so you'll have to look at it how it looked. I mean, it was just this huge bush, and it's already getting some of that new growth back, and it looks like there's a little guy next to it. But I planted some of that emeluar, I'm not sure how to say that. I gotta figure it out. Lettuce in here, as well as scarlet kale, and these are we have yellow chard and rhubarb red chard. So Swiss chard. Hopefully they like it in there. And over here, where I had the lemon cucumbers that did not do what they were supposed to do, or my celery that will just forever be hanging out in here, I just kind of put a handful of different random things, like there's like a Brussels sprout there and some cabbage that I'm just kind of like dispersed in here to test things out. And then these are all of like beets, and then some tiny bok choy. I put the bird netting on here because I had some beets in here in the spring, and they just kept getting eaten up by little birdies, and it did not make me very happy, as you can understand. But I will say this one right here, this beet area here, they were seeds and that I had put in the spring, and they started coming up the last few weeks. So I'm pretty proud of those little guys. I'll show you this. I was trying to be silly. My daughter had a school experiment where she had to have pinto beans growing in like a Ziploc bag with the little paper towels and everything. And so they did fairly well. So I told her to go ahead and plant them out here if she wanted to, and we can see if they continue to grow. But I put some radish seeds in here as well, and they're starting to pop up a little bit. I'm not sure what's going on with these little guys. Maybe it's the seed casing on it and it's just not taking out. I'll give it a couple more days. You can see another one over there. So I have to keep her on her toes. These are my dragon tongue. They're not doing so great. It was kind of an experiment there too.